welcome to the fourth session of the podcast corner of the OCSC event. And I have Miss Chloe McLean. She is a senior international officer, Southeast Asia and Australasia from the Imperial College London. สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here. And
welcome.
I would love to know more about the Imperial College London. Could you tell us about your programs or maybe students' life there?
Sure.
What is it like?
Great. So, I'm very proud to work for an institution like Imperial. I feel very, very lucky. But we are actually the only UK university which is just specialising in science, technology, engineering, mathematics, medicine, business. So what we like to call STEM-B. So there's no other UK university which is that specialised. And I think, why would you study at a specialised university? There is a lot of benefits because, say, the world of medicine works with the world of business, and business works with maths, and maths works with engineering. And, there's this wonderful fusion between the departments. It means our research areas are so strong. And we've kind of got that reputation worldwide now as the STEM university. So every single student, their mind works in the same way. They just love science, they love math, they love business. So it creates a really unique environment. So that's who we are as a university, and we're very proud and very lucky that the rankings internationally have reflected that. QS did rank us as the second best university worldwide this year, which was crazy, and the entire office sort of erupted into applause. We were just so happy. Thank you. So it is a university that is demonstrating excellence across graduate employability, student outcomes, quality of the research. Just no matter what you rank us on, we like to think we are delivering the very best that it can be offered to students.
Wow. And what connections or partnerships do you have with the private or the government sector? Because we're talking about creating an enterprise here. And could you share with us a little bit on that?
Yeah, exactly. So at Imperial, again, we were proud that last year the Guardian newspaper said that we were the most entrepreneurial university in the UK. So what does that mean? Why would we be awarded that? So every single one of our undergraduate programs and postgraduate programs will have input on it by industry leaders. So we'll be consulting with them, and then we'll add that into the curriculum so that the students are well prepared, they know what the sector needs. So a few examples of that, say we have the Dyson School of Design Engineering. That's right here on our campus, which was obviously opened and, inputted upon by Dyson themselves. And so our design engineering students have that impact from, the world leaders in design engineering. We have GlaxoSmithKline, for example, like during the and AstraZeneca during the COVID-19 pandemic, we were manufacturing those vaccinations on our campus. So really, really big industry connections. And we have what we like to call an enterprising initiative. So any student studying any program at Imperial can get involved with enterprise via our enterprise labs. So they present ideas to us, and then we have the capacity to go on and fund those student ideas. So we've actually funded in the past 5 years over 400 million into student businesses, and we think we've had nearly 250 CEOs from that, and over 300 businesses have come from that program.
All over the world as well.
All over the world. One of my favorite stories is a Singaporean student, actually. So they were a doctor, and they were training with us in South Kensington to do their medical degree. And they noticed that there was an old lady who was really struggling to eat her soup because she had hand tremors caused by Parkinson's disease. So he went back and he worked with our aeronautical engineering department. He worked with our medicine department. And then he came to the enterprise lab, our panel of experts, with this idea for a hand stabilizing glove. So they worked on our hack space with that. So we have a hack space so you can create prototypes of your products, which is amazing.
That is fun.
They made prototypes, and it was granted, I think, 8 million in funding by the European Commission, and Gyrogear, which is the company, is now worth millions, and that's been rolled out to hospitals worldwide, and it's changed lives. So I know it sounds cheesy, but dreams can come true. You can do it.
It's not when we talked about studying or going for the further degree. Most of us would think of curriculums and all the academic thing, but from I'm hearing from you is that Imperial encourage good character and
For
there's
sure.
some morals there as well.
Yeah, you're so right, actually, because our kind of tagline has always been science for humanity. So it's kind of not just studying science for the sake of it, but it's to solve problems, right? And I always tell that to students when they're asking me, how do I form a competitive application? How do I get into Imperial? And I'm like, well, if there's a problem in this world and you think that maybe there's even a chance that you could improve on it or make it better with your, skills in science and maths and engineering, tell us, because we like to see that you're going to use that degree for good,
So you encourage them, like not just during the school days as well, but after they graduate.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we like to hear about it too. So if you're applying to Imperial, tell us what you're going to do with the degree when you graduate. We have such a great international alumni all around the world doing incredible things. So we like to see they're going to use it well.
Wow. And how do you encourage leadership or character development in the students during their school time?
So there's a few initiatives that we have. So for undergraduate students, if you are an undergrad, we have something called I Explore, and that's where you can take modules that are outside of your core curriculum that still give you credit. So say I'm a biologist and I love biology, that's what I'm doing, but I want to add to my leadership skills, or I'm interested in business or management, I can take leadership and management modules alongside my core classes, and then I can add that towards my grade. So it keeps the students very multidisciplinary, which is very beneficial. Essential. And then for postgraduates, we have our graduate school. So every single student who enrolls as a postgrad at Imperial gets access to all of the classes at the graduate school. And that's meant to fill in the gaps because, you're already becoming an expert in data science, but are you going to be okay when you have to do a presentation interview, or
communication, big thing.
Things that actually you need in the world of work that you might have overlooked. So there's courses, on presentation skills, or it could be in analytics, or it could be in Excel, who knows? So it's meant to be that you fill in those gaps. And so there are things like leadership and management in there, free coaching, and you also learn a language completely for free as well. So every single Imperial student should come away, if they want to, with a second language of their time. So very good for employability.
That sounds like a lot to do and a lot to learn.
It is,
at Imperial.
Yeah.
But for Thai students, considering the challenging nature of being an international student going abroad, besides all this strong curriculum and support, how do you support them in terms of the emotion or in terms of well-being?
Of course, that's such a good question. So one of the reasons I love Imperial and I love being on the campus is it's the most diverse space I've ever come across in my entire life, because we're the 5th most international school in the world. So that's recruiting from over 140 countries. I've met students from countries that I didn't even know the name of the country before, and I thought I was good at geography, but apparently not. And so because we are so international, with 62% of the students coming from overseas, we know what we're doing, right? Like we know the kind of challenges that, are going to be faced by international students. So we have our international student support team. So before they apply, they're there to help with things like student visas, or how do I open a bank account? How do I find some place to live? There's constant guidance and support. And then once a student arrives, we do things like international student mixes there. The team go and meet all the international students. They're also paired with a buddy as well, which is great considering they are the majority of students. We have so many student societies. So there's a Thai society, there's a Vietnamese society, there's a Spanish society. So you will meet students who've lived where you lived, or maybe speak the same languages that you do, to keep well connecting you. Alongside that, we offer things like free counselling to all students. For undergraduate students, I know parents can get worried, letting their kid go off and live by themselves, but
for the first time
it's really scary. But there is like a 24-hour residential support team with CCTV everything. So if they lose their key at 3 a.m. and they can't get in, it's going to be okay. There's some's going to come out and let them in.
And they tend to do that too.
That happens a lot. So they are very much looked after by the university, and I think if I was an international student, that's what would appeal to me about Imperial the most, is feeling like I belonged there, because everyone's in the same boat, they've come from everywhere around the world.
And I'm sure that with all these activities and all the sports, it's a big community there, big international community.
Huge.
For the students.
Huge, the biggest.
Wow. So the students and the parents that are listening to you now,
yes.
if they would love to become one of the students at the Imperial College London,
yes.
what could you briefly take us through the application process?
Sure. Yes. So naturally, I'm always super realistic, I'm always really honest when I'm talking to parents and when I'm talking to students. It's one of the most competitive universities to apply to in the entire world, if not the most competitive. Mm-hmm. So I think it is going in there with that mindset. It's a quiet confidence of you're entering into a big challenge here. It's not going to be easy. So for undergraduate students, I think the most important thing is to become aware of what those entry requirements are very early on, because we require specific A levels or IBs or APs. So it's pretty heartbreaking when a student gets their heart set on a course at Imperial and then you find out they're not taking maths A level and oh no, I don't want to have to let you down in that way. So the earlier the prep, the better, so they make good choices. We also have admissions tests as well, so start revising for them early. We do past papers online. Make sure you do them under timed conditions. The students are usually very clever and they're very good at doing the actual test knowledge. It's doing it in the right time and doing it quickly that usually catches students out.
Yes.
Making sure we're doing super curricular activities. That's the main thing we're looking for. So anything that is related to your subject area that is done outside of your regular scheduled classes. That's what we want to see. Could be books, podcasts, it could be documentaries, work experience. There's no set rule book. It's just anything that is really deepening that fascination for the subject area. For postgraduate students, it's more of the same, but they can really start reflecting on what they learned in their undergraduate. And let's go back to that kind of problem-solving mindset here for postgraduate students. So why do they want to master that subject area or do the PhD? What is it about Imperial specifically? Because that's the nice thing about postgrad is that you can really focus in on why Imperial. So is it our research? Is it some sort of facility that we have? Tell us. You can flatter us. It's okay. And
I don't mind.
Yeah. Well, our lecturers don't mind if you tell us that we're the best school for you, etc. And making sure that you really value those relationships with your lecturers if you're doing an undergraduate degree now, because they'll be writing you references and things like that. So that's really, really key for us.
I love hearing that. Relationship between the students and the professor or lecturer.
Yeah, look after them because they're the ones who are going to say to the next university, like, yeah, they're good. They can move on to the next one.
I see. Wow. And could you tell us a bit more of maybe the sets of skills or the qualities that you're looking for in the candidate, because it's quite competitive. So the students get to prepare in advance.
Yeah, sure. So there's a few good words for Imperial students. Lots of them are very adaptable. So they're very good with change. They're good with balancing and learning new skills all at once. Time management is the biggest thing for Imperial students, because anyone who's considering applying to it, in order to get exceptional grades, the highest that, are even possible, alongside balancing that with super curricular activities, alongside lots of them do sport and music and have fun and have amazing big friendship groups, so they know how to organize themselves. So I definitely think excellent organizational skills. People who definitely, again, going back to it, I sound like a broken record, but it's that problem-solving mindset. So like, how can I improve upon this? How can I use my skills to improve upon things? Imperial students, they're often, I'm going to say this in the best way possible, but they're really geeky about their subject area, and that's what you need to be, you've got to love it. Like, you're about to dedicate 3 or 4 years to an undergrad and for postgraduate as well, so it's people who truly love that subject area. Imperial is hard. I'm never going to tell you that studying at Imperial is going to be this easy thing. It's not. What makes it easy is if you truly love that subject area. So don't do it just because you think that's what you should do. Don't do it just because someone else is sort of pushing in that direction. Do it because you genuinely, that subject area is what makes you get up in the morning. And
that's real leadership.
Yeah, exactly.
To have passion and to put your 100% into it.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's an Imperial student.
Oh,
sure.
Our time is really short. I would love to hear more from you, but I'm sure the students, if they're interested, they can come see you
Absolutely.
at the event.
Yes, so we are here today and we're here tomorrow as well. And I try and come back to Bangkok as much as I can to speak with Thai students. So I'm sure you'll see me around some other time too. But come and have a chat with us at our booth. And we're also doing an information sharing session tomorrow after the event as well, just because I've always got a queue here. So I feel like I can't get to everybody. But I'm going to be doing a session tomorrow night as well to try and see as many of you as possible.
Thank you very much. Let me do a short summary for the students in Thai just a little bit.
Yeah, of course.
เพราะนั้นถ้าน้องๆสนใจนะคะหรือผู้ปกครองสนใจ Imperial College London เป็นหนึ่งใน Top 10 Universities เลยแล้วก็บอกแล้วว่าไม่ได้เข้าง่ายแต่ต้องมีการเตรียมตัวที่ดีแล้วเน้นเรื่องของการสร้างเด็กให้เป็นผู้นำในอนาคตจริงๆค่ะและมหาวิทยาลัยเนี่ยนอกจากการดูแลน้องๆในช่วงเรียนแล้วเนี่ยหลังที่น้องเรียนจบแล้วเนี่ยมหาวิทยาลัยยังมีการ funding หรือว่าสนับสนุนน้องๆในเรื่องของการสร้างธุรกิจของตัวเองด้วยนะคะเพราะฉะนั้นถ้าสนใจที่จะเป็นนักเรียนของ Imperial College London เนี่ยก็มาพบกับคุณโคลวีได้ที่งานนี้ค่ะวันนี้กับวันพรุ่งนี้นะคะ That's all for today and thank you so much for the wonderful insight
Thank you. You've been such a gracious host. Thank you for having me. We'll be back next year as well.
ค่ะสวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ